think that's them.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of On the Range podcast with War HOGG Tactical and Kelley Defense. I am Mark Kelley from KelleyDefense.com, and joining me, as always, is my good friend from warhogg.com, Rick Hogg. How's it going, buddy?
Man, Mark, it's going great. Here we are live in Atlanta at the NRA Annual Meeting. These guys invited us down. Hey, we could not say no.
No way.
So this is day 2 of what we got, kind of our recording sessions here. Day 1 was absolutely fantastic. So we got a little bit of gap in our time here. So we figured, hey, let's capture some content and just really let people know, man, the NRA is making a big shift. And I hate to use the word NRA 2.0, but we can kind of throw it that way.
Yep.
And this is one of their programs they're looking at, Voices of the Second Amendment, Atlanta. I'm sure, I think they're in Houston next year.
Yeah, they're already selling tickets. They got a booth up there, yeah.
Voices of Second Amendment, Houston. So this is going to be a staple, I see, for On the Range podcast. So super excited about that.
Yeah, and that's a big shout out to the crew members for making all this possible.
Sure.
We wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't support from the crew members. So if you're interested in this content and you like it, you want some more exclusive content, go to Well, you can go to warhogg.com. Make sure you hit that. But go to ontherangepodcast.com. Check that out, and you can do the free all-access package test for 7 days, or you can just check out the tier level. That way you get the good stuff. You get the full training catalog from War HOGG Tactical and Kelley Defense. It's all in there. But the biggest piece of that is being among and start talking to and interacting with like-minded individuals. International crew, and super happy about it. It's just been great. We're going on our 3rd year, I think. We got our swag on. Sometimes, we got this hat on. But anyway, Rick, I totally agree. And you can feel it. The excitement level is up with the NRA of recent. Yeah. And you can really see that here. And a lot of great people here and a lot of great companies here.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we've kind of talked about this before. The thing I like with NRA, it's a little bit smaller of a show. Mm-hmm. It's more of a consumer show. So versus something like SHOT, where a SHOT is just so big, you really can't get around to everything. Yeah. Now, granted, NRA doesn't have everyone here, or the same company-wise, right? So there's some companies that don't opt to come here, and that's fine. But it's that customer base where really, for us, if you want to say War HOGG Tactical Kelley Defense, you kind of get to grip and grin with those end users we train with, those that, whether consume the show, whatever the case may be. So it's just a good place to kind of grip and grin where we don't get that so much at SHOT Show. Yeah,
and that's a great point because, the end user or the folks that would be coming to a Kelley Defense or War HOGG Tactical class, those folks are 100% here, like you said. So we love doing the military and law enforcement cats. There's a need there, and we want to do everything we can to help them. Yep. Their survivability. But it's also a big need for folks who just aren't trained and don't have any access to training unless they go ahead and do it themselves. So kudos to those folks, and I hope we're going to touch some, shake some hands and look people in the face and see them later at classes because it is important. But, man, the NRA is doing a lot of good things. Our first guest, super impressive, Glenn from the LE side of NRA, was really good. So you guys need to check out those episodes. But, super happy for the invite. And I do think this is going to be a staple of On the Range podcast.
No, without a doubt. And what you'll see is a lot of these guests where we have a short, 20, 25-minute segment with them, we can't cover everything. No. And we already know that from the majority of the guests we've had day 1, we're going to have repeats, right? We're going to have them coming back on the show to talk more. Absolutely fantastic talking with Pete Brownell as far as what, they're seeing as far as this whole social media suppression. He was super savvy talking about, 230 and everything else. So that's going to wind up just being a good overall.
A good full episode.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I'm excited about that. Glenn coming on talking about Leosa. I mean, there's going to be more residual shows coming off of this. Yeah. And just a great opportunity here.
Yeah, there just wasn't enough time. No. And along those lines, you want to schedule as many people as you can to give the companies the opportunity to showcase what they're doing and how they're protecting the Second Amendment. But there is a price to that. They're going to be back, though.
Oh, without a doubt.
We're going to be paying some visits to them, too, I think.
Oh, yes, we will. Yeah. And the other thing is, we kind of took the show on the road, for lack of a better term. So we actually worked the floor, kind of got out there with Aimpoint, LWRC, and then ICCMO, kind of stopping the booth, a little quick chit-chats there. So there's going to be a bunch of different content coming out of there. So stay tuned, man. So regardless how you consume this, whether you're the audio guys, thanks for all your support. Trust me, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
But you're going to get cheated a little bit on some things. So don't forget, hey, if you can check this thing out on the video side, do that. On the video side, don't forget we are now over on Make Ready TV. So, again, a platform that will truly protect. And you're going to hear this word protection come up a lot, whether it's your own self-protection, whether it's your own social protection.
Yeah.
YouTube kind of gave us a schwack, and I was not happy with that, where we lost a bunch of content for what? For nothing.
Tons of content.
Yeah. So, just as a way to better protect ourselves, guys over at Make Ready TV, hey, we're streaming over there, so you guys can consume it there. And we know they're not going to pull our videos.
Right.
So that was a key component to that one. But some of the things, obviously with the in-person booth visits, those, man, you've got to see, because they're holding products, talking about products. You'll miss a little bit. The conversation we're having the guest here, you can catch that on the audio all day long. So
yeah, their thoughts about those products and how they came about. There's some cool stories there. A lot of historical stories. Pete Brunel told a great story. So you guys got to check that episode out.
Yeah.
Another thing about the Make Ready TV, which is, besides being a fantastic website, we will be able to embed those things on therangepodcast.com and not worry about those things disappearing.
Yeah.
So, it's just a lot of good things that are happening, and it's really cool. And I know we talked about this especially with the crew members. So if you want to hear those conversations, you got to go to ontherangepodcast.com and sign up. But the stuff that we're able to do here and the things that are going to be moving forward really is putting On the Range podcast out front.
Yeah.
And it's, in my opinion, at least for Kelley Defense, it's on an equal plane right now. And we want to keep that momentum going. So, this is a big, big step for that, I think.
Oh, I agree.
And I think, the on the road is, there's some challenges with that, especially with the travel. But, they're long days, but they're a lot of fun. And we're going to say hello to Amanda. Go check out their Eye on the Target Radio. We're going to say hello to her because she's a big piece of that to help us, get here.
Yeah, and she was one of our guests, so don't forget, swing by kind of those past episodes.
Yeah.
Listen to Amanda's show. Absolutely fantastic guest. Fantastic what she's doing with the whole NRA movement. But again, this is a fantastic opportunity for On the Range podcast. And like I said, I do believe it's a staple.
So cool, man. We're here with nationally syndicated radio shows, and they couldn't have been any better. And big shout out to Mark Keefe from the NRA and Jeff Johnston, who's the social media liaison head, senior social media liaison. They've been very accommodating, and they're very. What I like about it too, though, is they're very critical of themselves. They're like, hey, we can do this better, we can do that better. So it's going to be moving forward. It's going to be a lot. I'm happy with it now. But it's going to improve a lot.
But you hit a key point. The NRA in their hospitality across the board. So whether it's simple things, you can see kind of Mark's little yellow press badge there. Hey, man, this gives you a little earlier access to come in here, get set up early, get your stuff straight. I mean, thinking of us, hey, the little press room, things to accommodate what we're doing, which couldn't be possible without them.
No.
But just the super support from those guys. So, again, at the end of the day, you're going to hear big shout-outs back to the NRA for all their support making this happen.
And having a conversation with Rob from, I think he's Firearms Training podcast, great guy. The conversation that we've been able to have really relaxes people, and they have fun, and you start to hear that good content about where things are going and where they've come from.
Yeah.
Media just doesn't give that. They don't do anything like this when it comes to the NRA or, the Second Amendment. They just don't. They don't shine a light on it at all. I'm sure Fox Nation and some of their paid stuff does. But this stuff you can listen to for free. And there's a lot of shows here that if you go to the NRA, I think it's AM.
Annual Meeting.
Annual Meeting. Is it .gov?
I think it's .org.
.org. If you go to .org, their website, and check that out, they'll have all the list of the folks that are there. I know some people couldn't make it, but still go check out their content.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
But it's been great. And then crew members, stand by. We're going to give you a little bit more. We're going to take a break here, and we had one guest that couldn't make it this morning, which freed up the show, which we didn't know when we were going to squeeze this in because we had so many guests.
Yeah.
Kudos to you. That was all made possible by Rick and War HOGG Tactical for going out there and getting those guests, and Amanda helped with that too.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
super excited. So crew members, stand by. Those who aren't crew members, make sure you check out the crew members page. Go to ontherangepodcast.com and check the free trial or join one of the tiers. But if you like this content, that's where you need to go. ontherangepodcast.com. And I think there's a // on that.
No, it's on
the main page.
Yeah.
And go check it out.
Yeah, don't forget, subscribe, like, do all that other good stuff you got to do.
Yep.
And as always, guys, don't forget, train hard, stay safe, and we'll see you on the range.